Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I'll be showing you a third strike tutorial. This time will be about on how to Palmod third strike for Fightcade. Um, I know I've been setting this one out for quite a while now. I've been I've been lagging it, and a lot of people have been asking me, like, hey, how do you change your colors or stuff on like when I stream and stuff? And I tell them, oh yeah, I got the tutorial coming up, and I've been lagging behind it. So here it is. So what is palmodding? Palmodding is essentially going into the ROM files of the ROM. I guess the inner files of the zip file ROM, and like manipulating them so you could change colors in a way. So let me show you. I'm gonna hit test game. I mean, if you don't know how to, if you can't get this running, you should probably go check out my other tutorial on how to like play Third Strike on Fightcade. I got like a training mode tutorial too. So I'm gonna just start a game. I'll put can and square can, and I'm gonna hit my opponent. I'm gonna make I don't know, Elena with that. No, I'm not sure. So as you can see, Elena's original stage isn't doesn't have green grass or the outline of the sun and the trees in the background with the with the elephants. It's not. This isn't. It's not the original color. This is like This is what Palmod does. It goes into the files. So when they load, you have a different visuals, I guess you could say. And this is not a default skin for Ken. This is, if you're familiar with Third Strike Online Edition, uh, Color Pack 1, which is like a DLC. They made a they made an outfit that resembles basically what this is. I call it the Dante Ken because he has like that Dante look. He's got the red, like a darker red outfit, which is like Dante's coat, and the white hair, which is like Dante's white hair. So I call this like Dante Ken. He was available in online edition, Color Pack 1, I believe, and you're seeing Elena, but that's and if you're familiar with Elena, if you know all her color swaps, you should know that that is not a default Elena outfit. That again is a palmodded Elena skin. Same with my uppercut. It's supposed to be like the orange red flame, and I got like a dark flame. So all these are like palmod. What can I say? Palmod, I guess, customizations. Now they don't in any case enhance your gameplay. Like if you're good, you're good. If if you're still a beginner, having different skins isn't gonna make you better, but it does uh, give you like a new taste of the game. I think this game's been out for like 20 plus years, so putting like new skins on like a character, it's like to me it's like a welcome addition. It's not like it affects the game in any way. Mechanical wise, everything still plays out the same, and you can still play with online players um, as you would normally. I'll show that in a minute. As every your opponent loads their separate ROM files, and you load your ROM. It's kind of like what uh, I don't want to bring up Smash Bros. Melee, but in Smash Bros, it's kind of like a similar subject. If you're playing that game online, you both players load their ROM, So the mechanics of the game, and it's not considered cheating. It's just, it's just messing with the colors. It's really not an advantage or disadvantage to Palmod. It's really just a personal, I guess, a personal interpretation, or I wouldn't say I would say just, you know, uh, you could dislike it or like it. If you like the classic Third Strike, don't mess with it. It's there, but if you wanna, if you wanna add some cool colors, change a few things, well, it's there too, and it's not like it messes with the gameplay. You can still fight players that have not messed with it and players that have messed with it. So it's just an option, and some people have been asking me, hey, how'd you get in there? How did you like Palmod the game itself? Well, and I guess this is what I will show you. So it's just a kind of like an intro to it. So quick disclaimer: when you hit test game, you want to go into miscellaneous before you go full screen, right? You go miscellaneous options, and you want to make sure hide ROM warnings is checked. So you make sure it's checked. Otherwise, since it's a Palmod, the it likes to tell you, hey, something's wrong here, but just ignore it. You could ignore it and it'll still play, but just hide this ROM warning will make it way easier without. Otherwise, you have to keep pressing OK to avoid the warning, and this just hides it completely. But everything else works. So click disclaimer, and this will help you. Like, it's way faster to load up the ROM anyway. All right, thanks. All right, so I'm gonna just minimize Fightcade for now. So we'll get into the nitty gritty about it. I wouldn't say the process on this is hard or anything. It's messy, and when it's messy, you could get lost. So I'll do my best to kind of guide you through. So I got this link here. You don't have to look for it. I'm gonna leave links in the description for you guys. You want to hit the latest version. Do not hit the beta. You never want to hit the beta because the betas are unfinished. You want to hit the one with uh, the most recent product. Never go for the betas. Just go for the one that is set in stone. The ones that are beta have like newer things, but they're not optimal since they're still in like beta testing. So some things might not work. So I would always suggest go for the one without the beta. So that's the download. This is the file. Put on my folder. I'm not gonna accept one. Just minimize that. All right. So here we go. Palmod. I don't think I needed this, but this guy doesn't want to go away for some reason. Okay. So this is the file I just downloaded. I want to hit extract. Again, you should have WinZip or WinRAR, 7-zip, whatever you use to extract files. You're gonna need to extract it. So here we go. We got our Palmod. Before we go ahead any further, you want to hit new folder and just name it Third Strike or 3S ROM. That's good. 3S ROM, and then just leave it there. We'll go into it, what I mean by it. So next thing you want to do is you want to hit up your computer and you want to know by default, puts Fightcade will like to install itself on your hard drive. If you have an external hard drive, you should know where Fightcade files are located. But by default, they should be under users, under yourself, documents. You should see Fightcade. So on Fightcade, you hit emulator, FB Neo, ROMs, and you should see all your ROMs for FB Neo. And there it is, SFIII3. That's Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So just kind of like, hopefully you can follow my lead, and you should find it and be good. So this is it. This is the actual ROM itself. This NR1, I think this is for like the online capabilities of it. So we don't get into this. We only mess with the SFIII3.zip. I think this downloads automatically with this one if you're using the ROM pack, which I showed you in the previous tutorial. So right here, you're gonna hit copy. You're gonna hit your Third Strike ROM folder that you just made, and you're gonna hit paste. And it will create, I like to call this the dummy, because just in case anything goes wrong with your Palmod, because you'll see what I mean, because we are gonna get into the actual files within the zip. So just in case anything happens to the ROM itself, you made a backup. So I call this my backup, my dummy. So I made a backup of the one that works. It's backed up just for safety. So now I could exit, or I would probably leave that open actually, but I'll find it again. So this is our dummy, but we're gonna make a new folder now. See, this is like a messy thing. So this is what was like not. So I wasn't too happy about going into this. Actually, I would just name this SFIII. And we are gonna extract everything that is in here. We'll extract it. Oh, well, I guess you could extract it that way. I guess we don't need this folder that I just created. It created a folder on its own. So these are all the files that make the ROM work. Yeah, I guess there's no way to really open these, but Palmod could open them, so that's what we're gonna do next. So we're just gonna move this here. Now we're gonna get into the Palmod folder, which is extracted, which is what we just downloaded. And here we have palmod.exe. Click, and we can go ahead and I guess minimize it. So this is what you see. This is like the grid, and this is the excuse me, the preview window. So now this Palmod works for like many games. It works for like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I guess it will show you. So you hit File, Load Directory. You got like JoJo's MVC2. I don't know what this is. So you hit SF3, SFIII3, which is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And you hit Arcade regular. Dreamcast, it's for Dreamcast. Arcade Gil Glow. I don't know what this is. And fourth strike is, again, it's not what we're looking for. We just hit Arcade because this is what we're trying to Palmod. So we hit load, and it's gonna tell us, well, where is this the directory you're trying to find. You want to hit back to your folder, the 3S ROM and the SFII3, which is the basically wherever we extracted the zipped. That's where we're gonna hit it. You don't have to get into it. You just have to kind of like highlight it and press OK, and it'll load it. So if you could remember, my can was Dante can, and this is him. This is a Dante can. And here you can see like all of the Palmods I made to like my ROM. This is basically going into my ROM, what I updated on my ROM itself. And throughout, I guess, like a month, I've gone through changes with like just skins. I'm just going over a few of them. It's like supposedly like Evil Ryu. I think it's pretty cool. And this is another one from Online Edition. If you can remember this Ryu from a color pack on OE EX, it's got like a red. So this is what palm modding does. It allows you to just get into the sprites and you could alternate them, which I think is really cool. I mean, it's not mandatory, it's technically just optional for those that are like tired of seeing the same characters. Now, not all of my characters are PAL modded. Some are just, most of them are, but I do have a few default. Like Q is like default because I guess they're not characters I usually play with, so I don't really get into them. But if this is your first time PAL modded, all of these skins you're seeing should be default. I think this is default. That is not default. Actually, this is from another online edition skin. Same with this red one. So what's cool about PAL modding? Well, what's cool about PAL modding is, I guess I'm gonna use this Alex for a change. You could hit these. I recommend. Well, you can hit these things, these color palettes right here. And you hit blink, and it'll show what actually happens. You can see it blinking. I'm gonna switch it to white. I could see white better. And you could also zoom in. So basically, what's gonna happen if you like mess with coloring, right? So that's what happens when you PAL mod. Now I've gone into like making my own skins, but my skins it really does take a science and it takes like a toll. I think this is one I made. Just put like the orange, and it takes time to like master like how do you want colors to look. But for the most part, what's really cool about this tool is that you can copy. You can like hold this copy thing, copy. But I don't want to really mess with it. So okay, let me just. I'll use Alex. So I think I got some skins for Alex. This is a default Alex skin. So if I hit copy, and I'll go back to light punch, you see how I messed up this shoulder here, and I probably won't be able to get that tint. I don't know what it did to the tint. So I'm gonna just paste. So I use Control V to paste, and now I basically copied medium punch to light punch, so it's the same thing. This is like these are Palmod skins for Alex. There's the Goku Super Saiyan Blue. as default EX. Alright, so, but I don't want two of the same skin, so now either I can take my time and go ahead to like make my own skin, but it's really a science to it. It's not that easy. I mean, I would suggest if you want to make a skin your own, go ahead just to like mess with it. I dabbled into it like once or twice, but it really is a time consuming process, especially if you want to get the color right, the shading. Shading is a big deal, especially when you're dealing with something like this. You don't want to make like one color, because oh look, like one color character will look ugly. You gotta remember that there's like shading involved. See how I just kind of like made the shade a little nicer. So this is one way you can spend your time palmodding. You make your own skin, or I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I like to do sometimes. And I'm gonna leave this link in the description, so you won't have to like look for it. And it's basically like a collection of like Palmod skins. It's not the end all be all, to be honest. Like this website, although it does have a few good skins, there's way more out there. Like people have created a lot more skins than these, and and but this website does have like a good selection. So this is what I like to use sometimes. Like sometimes I'll pick one from here, and then I'm like, oh, uh, I like this skin, right? But instead of like a red bandana, I want a white bandana. So I'll look for the palette that blinks for the bandana. Like say this is the bandana. Alright, because it's red, so I'll look for red. Looks like this is it, and I want the bandana to be yellow. So how do I get yellow? Yellow is green with blue. So I go ahead and wait. Is it green with? Is it? How do you make yellow? Oh, yellow's a prime color. So how do you make yellow? Red and green. I'm just remembering what I learned on art. Yellow is a prime color, so I guess red and green will have you do it. Just add like, and like I said, you don't want to make the same. You don't want to have two squares that are the same color, because that means either you're not gonna have any shading. So I want 18 here, then I want like a 20, 21, and this is 18, so I'm gonna tune it down to like 16, and that creates more of a shading effect to it, rather than if I just have 18 all around. It creates like this nasty look to it with no shading. Like it looks too. Look, you see how that looks? Just like uh, a flat surface, I guess. It's just it just doesn't look right. So, so what you do is you kind of add some shade to it by tuning it down on the remaining. So now look what happened. I literally just messed with three squares, and it looks like there's some shading effect to it. Like this is where the light hits, and this is where the light is not hitting, and it looks way better than if I had just left it all on 18. So that's just like a couple of tips I learned from like me messing with it. I guess I could have done it with the gloves too, but like I said, I don't really want to mess with making my own skins. Rather, spend my time elsewhere. So that's why this is a quick way to like, I guess, use people's skins. So you hit this edit tool here, and it's gonna open up like a new link to it, and this is what you'll see. So I hit Palmod code. I'm gonna see all these numbers and letters. I'm gonna just copy them all. I'm gonna hop onto my Palmod. I'm gonna select all of my little squares and paste. And bada bing, bada boom. The Alex I saw here is now that's now on my ROM. I substituted the default Alex for this Alex. So instead of me having to work my way to making a new skin or making them look nice, I just used someone's skin, either pasted it as my own, or well, not my own, but use it. Or if I could be like, well, I don't like those gloves. Let me find the blinking for the gloves. These are the blinking for the gloves. Let's say I want red gloves. So I just tune that to that. 27 is a little too bright. 24 is okay. That's more gloves. So what was it here? 24, and this should be like a 21. That's 21, and it should be like a 18. Oh, 17. So I'm switching everything that was brown. I'm making it red. What is this? 17. So it should be like a 13 is fine. I'll make it like 9 is good. And coming close to like the end. Make it a 5. Here I'll just have like a 2. And there we go. And that's how I took someone's skin and I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't like this color about it, so I'm gonna just use my own color I want. And now I switched the pants from brown to red. But I could be like, you know what? But I actually do like that whoever created that skin, I actually do like it. So now I could go into my like a skin I don't like from Alex, and I could substitute it. But actually, all of these Alex skins are good. I mean, I guess this is default Alex skin. So if I really wanted to, I could be like, so long, default Alex skin. Hello, whoever made this one, and thank you. Arigato. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very fucking much. And there we go. So I just messed with Alex, and we kind of helped him out. Well, not really, but I guess you get my point if you want to go into Palmodding. So, and this is like a pretty big tutorial, and we're still not done. So now let's get into stages. Stages are a lot more complicated, if you could tell, because a character would typically only have, what is this, a row, 3-4 rows of colors. Well, a stage has not only about like 10 rows, it has pages. You know, it's filled to the brim of color palettes. So it's way more. If you thought Palmodding the character was hard, Palmod is stages, you know. You might as well part the seven seas, part the sea in half. So yeah, so this could be like really, really hard work. It could take someone like months or weeks to get something done here. I haven't really gone into it too far, so I'll give credit to people that have made stage palettes and like because I used them and they're pretty cool. So let's oh okay, so I was in Elena's stage earlier. Oh sorry. Stages. Um where's Elena? So if you remember, this is what um this is what I saw. This is what you would see on my stage select. Like it was like these things in specific. I think I remember. If you know Elena's default stage, you should know this is not how it looked. And if you remember earlier in the beginning of the video, that is not how Elena's stage looks. Elena's stage is way more of an eyesore. So let's say, alright, so let's fix the stage. Well, this website's got you covered. That's really a good reason why I like it. It actually has some decent, like really good stage select, stages swaps. So let's look for Elena. Elena, entire stage. You can have a nighttime, or you can have it. You know, I like this green. This looks cool. This nighttime also looks pretty good, but let's stick with. Um, I'll leave it up to you. I'll stick with the night. This night stage looks pretty dope, so we can like test it out. So for stages are way more different. For stages, unfortunately, I'm gonna just show you. This code is insanely long. You don't know where it ends and begins. So the way you would copy for a character will not work for a stage. Believe me, I tried. But there is a way around it, and it's you hit add, remove to patch. Basically, we're gonna download it. So we downloaded, we hit the check mark. It's kind of like in our cart. Um, I remember when characters do their super art, the screen flashes black for like a, you know, it goes into shadow mode for like a split second. So they got you covered on that too. So whatever stage you want to select, you want to make sure you go into the shadows and select the same one but with the shadow effect. Otherwise, when someone does a super, the, the the game will trip out and just give you like a blue screen or something. So, or like it would just look, it wouldn't look nice because the shading effect would go away. Or you might go back to like the original Elena stage when it shades. So it just makes it look unpretty. So remember, whatever stage you select, you want to go back and hit the shadow one as well. Take it with you. And so this is our stages. We're gonna hit go. If you didn't see, I went to patch process, by the way. I went to home, patch process. It keeps a check mark of what we put in the checklist. We hit go, and it's gonna create a ROM 51 for us. When I hit download, and now we just wait till the download is finished. All right, so the download is finished. It shouldn't have taken too long. It's like a small file. I'm gonna show it in folder. Minimize this, and you should have your Palmod folder open. We're gonna drag this 51 file in there. You don't have to, but I like to just to know where it is. And now, excuse me, I want to hit Palmod again. This this is the best way I found out to mirror stages. Excuse me, from the site instead of loading directory when they hit load ROM, like straight up load the ROM. We need to find our Palmod folder. We're gonna hit this thing right here that shows what file we're looking for. We're looking for ROM 51, which is right here, SF3 3S Arcade 51. This is a 51 file, and I should find it and hit open. I guess this is another way you could also get skins. You could patch them in your ROM 51, but the ROM 51 doesn't work for Fightcade, so that's why you don't use ROM 51. But it does work for manipulating the stages, at least from what I've learned. Stage palettes. We downloaded the Elena, and look what it is. It's the Elena stage that we just found, and we wanted to test out. It's got the fade too. So now into like the tedious part. I guess I can minimize this, and I'm gonna shrink. Whoops. So I shrink the window so that I could see everything that's going on. Let's fit nicely. So this is the one we want. This is what we have. This is what we have right here. This is what we want. So basically, it's just a matter of copy and pasting, really. I'm gonna get all the cubes. Control copy with Control C. I like to use that. And select them all. Control V, sorry, and they'll paste it. Or you could try the other method of Control A, which selects them all instantly, and then Control C for copy. Go back up here, Control A, select them all, and Control V to paste. And you basically just rinse and repeat this process. Until basically you copied everything. Some stages are longer than others, so sometimes they'll take longer for you to like copy the stage. But this is like the best way I found to like getting a stage to like copy. I think there was another method, but it would crash the application. It just would not work. So there it is. We copied. We got a stage that we wanted. I'm just gonna test it out right now. I could close this. So before I even close before I even close my ROM. Oh, actually, I messed up. Sorry about that. I got that one, but remember about the fade one? Whoops. So forgot about the fade. Yeah, so now it's the same thing, but on the fade side. Okay. Copy, paste, select all, copy, select all, paste, select all, copy, select all, paste. Page 2. Select all, paste. Whoops. Select all, copy, select all, paste. One more time. And there we have it. Okay, so now I could actually close this one just to make sure. And just so you know, just to make sure, this is the one we were like changing stuff with Alex. So before we close it, since this is my ROM, this is the one I use. This is like my personal ROM of Third Strike. You want to patch the changes. 808 files patched successfully. Once it patches successfully, it won't let you patch it again because it's up to date. Nothing's changed, so it won't let you patch changes. That's how you know everything's okay, I guess. It would only let you patch changes if you mess with like a square or something. If you mess with something, it'll let you patch it again. But this is how you know everything's good. So now I can close it. I'm gonna go into this folder right here, which has all the little files. I'm gonna select all of them. Make sure you don't miss one. If you miss one, the ROM will not work. So they're all selected. I'm gonna hit add to archive. SF3 RAR. We want to make it a zip. SF3 RAR will not work. It has to be a zip. So switch it here to zip, and then you hit OK. So there it is, 3FC zip, which is the same thing we got here. So don't get them close to each other. Remember, this is the dummy. We made this as the dummy. So this is the original before it even got altered. So just in case this one doesn't work, we always have the one we had before we even messed with it. So just in case it doesn't work, you still have your original file. So just in case the game doesn't like to launch, it should launch if you use your original one. So this is the new one. I have to go ahead and, since I closed it, I have to go find where I had the original, or the one that was working, the one that has the copy. Whoops, went too far. So this is the one I copied before I even messed with anything. It's still there. And this is the new one, the one with the Elena stage that was altered and the Alex skin. We're gonna paste it, replace, yes. Don't worry. Remember, don't worry, because even if it does not work, you still have a backup. You know, the dummy is here to save you. It is your solution. So now we can go ahead and close everything. I'm gonna open up Fightcade again. I closed it just to make sure it doesn't like spaz out as I'm changing the ROMs. I'm gonna hit test game again, and we're gonna test those updates. So if you know how Third Strike works, second player is the stage we're gonna go to. Whoever's second player. Well, it's technically whoever loses, unless it's like a free game. So this is Alex. We changed his regular skin. Now I'm gonna press square, and it's gonna be that red one I made. If everything went according to plan. Going to Elena stage. Just using just like the keyboard to mess with player 2. And oh man, here it is. I got Alex as the skin I got, and I was like, you know what? I don't like the brown. I want the red pants. So I made my own red pants. I don't know if you remembered. So I got the red pants, and Elena's stage, what was once super red and annoying, and then I switched it to like red, and we switched it to this just now to show you guys how tile modding works. This is actually a pretty good alternate, I would say. It looks decent, you know. I like it. I think I'll keep it for a while. Maybe when I get bored, I'll switch it. But right now, it looks nice. It's better than the original Elena. So now let's see if the super works. See how it just darkens up for a bit. If I didn't go back to like the faded, it wouldn't look that nice. It would have like gone back to like the Elena stage. So you always want to go back into the. Yeah, that's why I always said go back and also get the faded, the shadow. So when you characters do supers, it actually it darkens up and not trip or whatever. All right, so that was the longest tutorial ever. There's a reason why I didn't want to make it. It's not that it's a hard thing to do. It's just a mess. But once you get the hang of it, everything becomes simpler. Once you know how it works the first time, it's just easy. Fucking alright. So that's it, fellas. And just to check if it works, I'll find someone online, I guess. Okay, I found an opponent. So he went Urian, but I'm not really gonna. I'm gonna play Alex. I'm gonna use that one skin I got from whoever made it. Yeah, the brown pants Alex. It looks not bad. So this is just me showing you that it works online. It's not, and he's playing regularly. It's not like it's affecting his gameplay. Oh man, he's kicking my ass. Well, I'm not an Alex player, but no, there you go. Daipan. And back it over. So this. You see, on his screen, it's probably like the original red Urian with like, and he's watching me use the blue Alex, but because he's loading his ROM of what he has, and I'm loading mine of what I have. We're seeing different things, but the game is still the same. Oh, I fucked up. I can't play. Oh man, Alex gets destroyed by unblockables. Nice player. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Oh, I could have won. Oh, he didn't parry the second hit. Well, that's gonna do it for, I guess. I guess I just showed you how Palmodding works and how it works online. So, hopefully you enjoyed and you learned something. I'll catch you all next time. Late.